You know, with the WWE Heavyweight Championship match coming up at Money in the Bank 2014, it's going to be an interesting time for sure, because that WWE Heavyweight Championship match, I swear, it is wide open. A lot of people are looking at this match and feel like at least almost everyone has a chance of walking out of that arena with the championship belt, and that's no lie. I think a lot of people see a lot of favorites into this match. A lot of people are buying into certain superstars. A lot of people are looking ahead way into the future at the SummerSlam time of this lucky guy who wins the belt right here. Oh, he may be facing a Brock Lesnar. So a lot of people are looking to this, and it brings up a very debate of who should be the winner. And for me, I decided instead of making a video where I just say who I think is going to win, I decided to do power rankings. I decided to do a power ranking system, talk about every 7 superstar, and talk about the positives of them winning and the negatives of them winning. And that's what I'm going to do with this video. What are your power rankings for the superstars in this Money in the Bank ladder match? Rank them from 7 to 1, 1 being the best chance to win, 7 being the lowest chance to win. Here are my power rankings, and let's start off with number 7. Number 7 in my power rankings, no surprise to anyone who watches my channel, Alberto Del Rio. What are the positives if Alberto Del Rio wins this match? Oh, if he does win, that means he's going to be a transitional heel champion, so which means probably Daniel Bryan is healthier than expected and probably will beat him at Battleground, because if you look at it, there's a lot of heels in this match that they could use, right? But Randy Orton, they don't feel like they're going to hurt Randy Orton that much. They don't want to hurt Randy Orton too much if they give him the belt and have him just drop it a month to Daniel Bryan. But I'm pretty damn sure they don't give a shit what happens to Del Rio. So if Del Rio wins, it's probably a good sign that maybe Daniel Bryan will be coming back early and would beat him at Battleground for the championship. The negatives if Alberto Del Rio wins, really, to be honest, a lot of negatives. The guy is not interesting. The guy is really boring. All he's good for is a couple of kicks inside of the ring. And really, it's just so random. It's like, people bitched about the Seth Rollins swerve. At least Seth Rollins, it kind of made somewhat sense. I still defend that move. I know a lot of you guys changed your minds, but I stick by my moves. But with Del Rio, it's just like, what has this guy been doing? I mean, at first, this guy in the beginning of the year was calling out Batista saying that, oh, I'm going to eliminate you, Bautista, in the middle of the Royal Rumble. Didn't do that. Then afterwards built into Andre the Giant Battle Royal and got eliminated in the first round of the Intercontinental title. And then after beating Dolph Ziggler to get into this match right here, what the fuck? He hasn't been on TV for 2 weeks on Monday Night Raw. If he was on SmackDown or Main Event, whatever. I'm talking about on the big show, the main show where they actually build up this shit. It wasn't even on. He was on Monday Night Raw for these past 2 weeks. And the only reason why he'll probably be on Raw this Monday is because he has to do the contract signing. In all honesty, Del Rio would just be such a worthless champion if he won. I just feel that WWE has a missed opportunity of making him into a star. That's just me. That's just my personal opinion. But if he does win, it's a positive because that means Daniel Bryan could be coming back soon. So a lot of you fans would be happy about that. Because like I said, out of all the heels in this match, he's the perfect one for you to use as a transitional heel champion. The other ones, they probably don't want to hurt a lot. They probably want to keep them fresh and keep them away from the monster that is Daniel Bryan. But Del Rio, oh, he can be fed to Daniel Bryan and lose easy 1, 2, 3, or hell, even get over to Yes Lock again by making them tap out. And that's just all I got to say about that. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys will have, Alberto Del Rio or the next superstar I'm going to talk about at your number 7 position. But the next superstar is my number 6 position. Sorry about the weird words before, I transferred to number 6. I was trying not to spoil who I was going to have at number 6, and the name almost popped up, and so I said is that instead of that next superstar is in the next position. But it is what it is. But number 6 for me in this power rankings is Sheamus. Bella! Yep, Sheamus. I put Sheamus at 6, and I know a lot of people are like, that's kind of low for Sheamus. Wouldn't you put him up higher, Chase, because he's in the Breakfast Club? Yes, Sheamus is in the beloved Breakfast Club, but you forget John Cena and my boy, Randall Keith Orton are in this match. Sheamus is a peon compared to John Cena and Randall Keith Orton. That's just the bottom line, and there's no denying it. Now, when it comes to Sheamus, what are the positives if he wins this match? I would say the positives of him winning this match is that, oh my god, this could actually be the start of the Sheamus heel turn. Oh, We've been waiting for this for a while. I think a lot of you guys could agree you just hate Sheamus as a babyface, not really as an overall performer. If you hate him as an overall performer, fine, that's your preference. But I don't hate Sheamus as an overall performer. I actually like Sheamus. I actually think that he has a lot of potential to do something, but as a heel. As a babyface, he is just so lame. He is just so boring. I could care less what this guy is doing on my TV set if he is a babyface. The problem is, do I really think the WWE has enough balls to make it where Sheamus, the whole time Sheamus becomes the Authority's new heel figure, the Authority's new guy that they want to trust? They throw Randy Orton on the wayside and they go, Randy, you let us down so many times. We're done with your dumb ass. We're trusting in Sheamus. And you know what? The rumors before WrestleMania, before Daniel Bryan and CM Punk quitting, was that Daniel Bryan was supposed to face Sheamus. I predicted, during Daniel Bryan's title reign that he would face Sheamus down the line and have a couple of good matches during the fall time. So really, to be honest here, I wouldn't be surprised if the WWE would go with a Daniel Bryan and Sheamus feud in the near future. The negatives of Sheamus winning is this. He could win this and just still be a babyface. He could win this and just be force-fed to Brock Lesnar and not really do anything with the title. And really just be a transitional champion because they don't want to hurt any of their big money stars because they don't want to throw in the big baby faces at Brock Lesnar. They just want to throw Sheamus in there and they will just give Brock Lesnar the belts to beat a Sheamus. That is the problem with Sheamus winning this Money in the Bank WWE Heavyweight Title match because they could just rush him as champion. They probably won't do a good job. They probably won't even turn him heel. They will still try to force him as a shitty, watered-down babyface. That is some of the negatives I see in Sheamus winning this match. It's almost beneficial if Sheamus doesn't win this match and he focuses on just being the United States champion for the WWE and not really worried about the WWE Heavyweight Title. My personal opinion, though, I don't think Sheamus is going to win this match. Like I said, I would think it'd be a cool storyline. That's just me. If you had Sheamus turn heel because Triple H helps him out, Triple H, tells Randy, you let me down. I'm sick and tired of people who let me down. I can trust in Sheamus. Sheamus is the new face of the WWE, that type of deal. Yeah, it sounds like a corny storyline. Sounds very similar to what we freaking watched, last fall. But I think Sheamus works great as a heel. I think he can cut good heel promos. So that's all I'm hoping for. But Sheamus, I don't really think he's that much of a favorite at all in this. All right, guys, let's just move on to number 5. When I was making these power rankings, I was kind of split on this guy. I didn't know where to put him on this list. I was kind of like, is he a top 3 guy to win this Money in the Bank ladder match? Or is he just someone in the middle that probably won't win this ladder match? And you know what? At the end of the day, I kind of just put him in the middle. Number 5 for me is Bray Wyatt. Now, I have nothing against Bray Wyatt. You guys know I praise Bray Wyatt almost every single week. I love his mic work. I think he's one of the most entertaining people that we have on WWE TV. One of the most entertaining characters we have on WWE TV. That's for damn sure. But here's the thing. The positives of Bray Wyatt winning. Let me just start with the positives before I get into the negatives. The positives of him winning is, yes, it's a unique, new, fresh talent. We get to see what he will do. Yes, he will back up all the words that he said, saying that he would win the WWE Heavyweight Championship and he would change the world. Those are some good positives because then you make Bray Wyatt actually look legit and you may be able to recover him from the John Cena bullshit that he had to suffer earlier this year. But here's just the bottom line. That's the negative right here. Because Bray Wyatt, when we look at it, do you really think that the WWE is saying, oh, Bray Wyatt and Brock Lesnar, that's our WWE Heavyweight Title match? No, the WWE is not looking at Bray Wyatt. And my biggest fear is, if Bray Wyatt does win this Money in the Bank ladder match, who do you think is going to feud for him next? Oh, you think Daniel Bryan's going to go after Bray Wyatt? No. Bray Wyatt's one of those heels that they have for one man in particular to have the end-all, be-all of all matches at the Battleground pay-per-view, and that's John Cena. And that's the problem with Bray Wyatt right now, is that right now Bray Wyatt is in the recovery stage. Bray Wyatt right now is recovering from that Super Cena freaking feud. That's what he's doing right now. He's recovering from that feud. And I feel if you give him the WWE Heavyweight Championship now, and then later on at Battleground, you do have him lose it to John Cena again. And I guarantee you that's what they would do. They would have Bray Wyatt win it. John Cena would be like, all right, Jack, me and you in the middle of this ring, we're going to go out at a Battleground in Tampa, Florida. That's going to happen. I guarantee you it. It is going to happen. and we will get another John Cena and Bray Wyatt match where John Cena walks out as the WWE Heavyweight Champion and Bray Wyatt was just a 1-month transitional champion, and who knows what the fuck he would do at SummerSlam. Like I said, Bray Wyatt right now is recovering from a terrible feud with John Cena. Let him recover, people. I know a lot of you guys would love to see Bray Wyatt as champion. Hell, I'm one of those people. But I am on the understanding that, look, this guy just went through a terrible feud. Let him recover. Let him do other stuff inside of the company. Let him build his character outside of the John Cena feud. Let's see what other superstars they feed to him. Let's see maybe a Sheamus feud with him. Let's see maybe an Orton feud with him. Let's see what else they will throw at Bray Wyatt before we just give him the WWE Heavyweight Championship belt. Because if anything, the John Cena feud showed that the company does not really believe that highly in Bray Wyatt. Because if they did believe in Bray Wyatt as super high as a lot of people think they do, Bray Wyatt would have gone over at John Cena. That's just the bottom line. That is the truth. You guys can try to run away from the truth, but it's the truth. John Cena would have 100% put Bray Wyatt over if he personally felt Bray Wyatt was a guy for the future. Bray Wyatt is the right choice. That's just the bottom line. Cena can say how much he appreciates Bray and loves his work and all that other stuff, but at the end of the day, if he really did appreciate Bray, and he really did love Bray, how come he didn't put Bray over? Like I said, Bray's in recovery stage. I don't think he should win the WWE Heavyweight Championship, and I don't think the WWE will put the WWE Heavyweight Championship on him. Coming in at number 4 with this one is Cesaro, and I know a lot of fans are already pissed off at this. A lot of people are thinking Cesaro is going to win this one, and let me just say this. The positives of Cesaro is kind of the similar of Bray Wyatt, except I think Cesaro would actually retain his title at Battleground and actually face the Beast Incarnate Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam. In theory, that sounds like a good matchup, right? You know, Cesaro and Brock Lesnar, Heyman, the dynamic between those two. What's going to happen there? Let me just say this. I think that's a huge negative if you're trying to force Cesaro to face Brock Lesnar right now. That's just the bottom line to me. I know a lot of you guys out there feel like Cesaro is ready. To me personally, from how the WWE's booking him, I think the WWE doesn't feel like he's ready. And if anything, right now Cesaro is on a huge push. He is on a push. And you don't freaking beat a guy who's on a push to a guy like Brock Lesnar. The Cesaro and Brock Lesnar feud, I honestly think should happen at a later date. It should not happen this year. It should happen at either a WrestleMania or happen at a Survivor Series. That's just my personal opinion. It's either Survivor Series or WrestleMania. You have the Cesaro feud. That's just my personal opinion on it. Because the thing is about this is like, why ruin someone's push? And I know a lot of you guys were saying, well, you know, facing Brock Lesnar is a whole other animal, Chase. Losing to him is not that big of a deal. It is for someone who's on a push. I mean, let's face it. Who has Brock Lesnar faced during his time in the WWE? Established guy Cena. Established guy Triple H. Established guy Undertaker. Established guy CM Punk. Established Big Show. These 5 guys that I named of who Brock Lesnar has faced in the WWE are all established talents. So them losing to a Brock Lesnar, or in John Cena and Triple H's case, defeating a Brock Lesnar does not hurt them. Because these guys are established. These guys are already main eventers. Cesaro, just because he wins the WWE Heavyweight title, does not make him a main eventer. Just because you win one world title in the WWE does not automatically make you a main event superstar. Let's look at The Miz. Is Miz a main event superstar just because he was a one-time WWE champion? No. Is Dolph Ziggler a main event superstar because he won 2 World Heavyweight Championships? No. They don't feature them like main eventers, and just because Cesaro wins the WWE Heavyweight Championship, if he does win the WWE Heavyweight Championship here, doesn't make him a main event superstar. You will be rushing Cesaro's push. Build up Cesaro more. The WWE, you're doing good things with Cesaro. I think Heyman is more of a hindrance to Cesaro than a help, but hell, man, if it leads to an awesome Cesaro versus Brock Lesnar match at WrestleMania 30, where I truly feel like Cesaro could be, you know, pretty much like ultimately ready to face the Beast, then far be it. I'm fine with that. Just at SummerSlam, when the WWE Heavyweight title is on the line, I feel like you're just going to be rushing this feud just because you just have nothing else to do. And it feels like you just don't want to hurt, you know, your other big money guys. That's just my personal opinion. You know, Cesaro, I understand where a lot of you guys would love to see him win the championship. I totally understand it. I'm a Cesaro fan myself. I would not mind if he won the championship, but I just feel like it would hurt his push. And that it would be bad for him to face a Brock Lesnar now. Because if he faces a Brock Lesnar now, what's next for him in the fall time? Because no way he's taking Daniel Bryan's spot. No way he's taking fucking John Cena's spot. So what is Cesaro going to do if he faces a Brock Lesnar now at SummerSlam? You know, if you save it to WrestleMania, you could create a star at WrestleMania. I always say this. The stars aren't made at the SummerSlam pay-per-views. The stars aren't made at Survivor Series. The stars aren't made at Night of Champions. The stars aren't made at Battleground. And the stars are not made on Money in the Bank pay-per-views. The stars are made at WrestleMania. You know who are the stars of this company at the WrestleMania show. And really, to be honest, I stand by that belief. It could be a crooked, look of psychology on my part. But I truly believe that if you want to make Cesaro into a megastar for your company, you cannot have him win the championship now, Money in the Bank, force feed him to Lesnar, and then afterwards try to follow up after Lesnar. You build him up, you keep building him up and building him up and building him up until WrestleMania for him to face Lesnar. I understand a lot of you guys want to see Cesaro as champion. I get it. But be patient. Patience is a virtue, as someone once said. I don't know who said it, but someone said it. Be patient with Cesaro, and I guarantee you guys, good things will happen to him. Good things will. All right, let's move on to the number 3. Number 3 is my boy, Randall Keith Orton. I know a lot of people are saying, Chase, this is favoritism and bullshit. You put Randy Orton at number 3. No. You just got to understand. Remember, people, Randy Orton is in the Breakfast Club. So Randy Orton deserves this number 3 spot. So do not argue this whatsoever. Positives of Randy Orton winning the WWE Heavyweight Championship at Money in the Bank. A happy Chase Oliver. And a pissed off a lot of you guys, because a lot of you guys don't like Randy Orton, but a happy Chase Oliver nonetheless, because I'll be fucking happy. And I guess the WWE would have a heel champion and whatnot. But the negatives are this. Let's face it, guys. Did the WWE really needed to vacate the WWE Heavyweight Title? Did they really need to vacate it? Because I'll say this. I'm a huge Randy Orton fan. You guys know this. But Triple H could have given Randy Orton the WWE Heavyweight Title, just to hold, and stuff like that. And people would still think the belts are vacant. Randy Orton right now in his career, I don't know what happened. He has become a ghost. Have you guys noticed that Randy Orton is kind of like a ghost now in the WWE? You kind of forget that he's even on TV. And then when you see him, you're like, oh, look, it's Randall Keith Orton. What's up? It hurts me to say that because I'm a huge Randy Orton fan, so it's like, oh god, my favorite wrestler right now is being treated like a fucking ghost. But, like I said, the WWE likes to pull off random people to win these Money in the Banks, and Randy Orton fits the bill of a random guy winning the Money in the Bank, and maybe that's why I have him ranked so high. I mean, he's as random as Alberto Del Rio, except more name value to him, and not to mention he is a trusty guy. When they need a crappy heel champion, they go, Orton, you go take that championship, and you do nothing with it. That's pretty much what they tell Randy Orton every time he has to win a title. They go, do nothing. Just look cool with it. Have the same emotionless expression on your face. Don't get me wrong. I'm a huge Randy Orton fan, guys. I like to joke around about it a lot, but sometimes I have to be a little bit truthful about my boy. Sometimes I have to be a little bit truthful. But I could just see them, giving it to him. So that way at Battleground, we get another John Cena and Randy Orton match. Or who knows, maybe just turn, Randy Orton heel. Turn Brock Lesnar face and have him try to face off against the Authority, even though that would make no sense. But I feel like the WWE would want an Orton and Brock Lesnar match. They think that would be an interesting matchup that a lot of people would see. I think it would bring a good dynamic. I think it would be actually a surprising match to a lot of wrestling fans. But really, to be honest, I'm not really that high on Randy Orton, but I feel like the WWE is a lot higher on Randy Orton than they are a bunch of other guys on this list. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys would have Randy Orton more at your number 5 range than the number 3. But like I said, the Money in the Bank, go look into history books. There's someone random in there that you don't expect to win, that the company is super high on for whatever reason, and they somehow win that match. Randy Orton just fits that bill for me, so that's why he's number 3. Number 2 is the Samoan Warrior himself, Roman Reigns, who kept the Shield music because the Shield music was meant for main eventers, and damn it, Roman Reigns is a future main eventer. And really, to be honest, the positives of Roman Reigns winning the championship here is this. Basically, Roman Reigns is a hot figure right now. You might as well go all the way with him, WWE. Don't fuck him up like you did with Ryback. And I know a lot of people are like, Chase, that's not fair. You said Cesaro and Bray Wyatt, they're not ready. What makes Roman Reigns more ready than those two? Well, here's this. What has Cesaro been doing? What has Cesaro been doing that Roman Reigns hasn't been doing? Cesaro has been facing the likes of Rob Van Dam and all that other stuff. He hasn't been facing real main event talent. What has Bray Wyatt been doing? Oh yeah, jobbing to John Cena. What has Roman Reigns been doing? He's been beating Evolution, 2 straight pay-per-views, has just been pushed like a monster. And that's the difference. The appearance you see on TV, Bray Wyatt's not getting that monster push. Neither is Cesaro. They're not getting that monster push. Roman Reigns, he's getting that rocket ship straight up his ass all the way to the motherfucking moon. Now, you know, what could be the negatives here? What could be the negatives if you have a young guy like Roman Reigns that you can build your company around? Well, maybe it's too early for Roman Reigns. Let's face it. I feel like Reigns is the type of guy where you have to win the Royal Rumble with. I see Reigns as the Royal Rumble guy. The guy that wins the Royal Rumble. It's like, yes, Roman Reigns did it, and he goes on to face, you know, the John Cena. And then he faced John Cena at WrestleMania 31, and you win the championship there. And it's almost like a passing of the torch saying, like, hey, you know what? He's the new guy of the company. Let's give it to Roman Reigns. That's what I look at when I see Roman Reigns. He's more of a Royal Rumble type of guy. Not to mention the fact, like, you don't get me wrong, I love Triple H. Ugh. But really, Roman Reigns and Triple H is our WWE Heavyweight Title match, and we all know Triple H wants to feud with Roman Reigns. Triple H will use his COO powers to make sure Brock Lesnar does not get that WWE Heavyweight Title match. That's for damn sure. And the same applies for what I said about Cesaro. Roman Reigns right now is on a push. Let's say if they decide to do Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar. I know that sounds like a monster matchup and a huge matchup for Roman Reigns, but Brock Lesnar will win that match. Yes, Brock Lesnar will probably win that match. And it's just like, why deflate Roman Reigns when he's on this push, especially on the rocket ship type push that you're giving him? In all honesty here, Roman Reigns, I think he's just a huge favorite just because of the rocket ship that is up his ass. And I could see the WWE just wanting to say, you know what? Let's swerve everyone. Let's give everyone a new fresh face as WWE Heavyweight Champion. And they do it with Roman Reigns. And then they have a WWE Heavyweight Championship match between Reigns and Randy Orton at Battleground. And then afterwards, you maybe do Reigns versus Triple H at the SummerSlam or Reigns versus Lesnar, whichever one you prefer. But to me, I just feel that right now, even though I could totally understand where some people are saying just go all the way with Roman Reigns and give him the title, I feel like with Roman Reigns, he needs to be a slow push to the title. I feel like Reigns should lose this match somehow because of Triple H. And then afterwards, you have, you know, Triple H versus Roman Reigns at the SummerSlam event. And then you set it up from there. That's what I think they should do. I don't think Roman Reigns should win the title, but I wouldn't be surprised if the WWE puts the rocket ship, lights it up, brings him up to the moon, and he holds both belts at the end of the day. So there's only one superstar left, and you already know who the fuck that is, so let's just get on to it. I know this video seems a little bit longer than usual for most of my topic videos with my channel, but when it comes to the power ranking system, I really wanted to dive in and give a really good analysis for all the superstars. So if you are at this point, good for you. But if you just turned it off because you already know who number 1 is and you're like, ah, fuck this shit, I don't give a fuck what he has to say about Cena, I can't blame you. I really can't blame you. I don't want John Cena to win. And I know a lot of you people are like, well, if you don't want John Cena to win, Chase, why is he number 1 on your list? Here's the bottom line. Daniel Bryan, yes, had a great WrestleMania moment. But just remember, the number 1 guy always in that fucking company will be John Felix Anthony Cena. That is just the bottom line. And unless some crazy-ass injury happens out of nowhere, Cena will win this match, to me. What are the positives of Cena winning this match? I can't really find any. That's the sad part. I guess Cena wins his 15th world title. It adds to his padded legacy. And yes, I said padded legacy. Adds to that padded legacy of his. But the negatives are this. The biggest fear is this. Like, you know, I guess the positive, another positive you could say is that, yes, you get that Cena versus Lesnar 2 rematch, and Brock Lesnar could get his revenge on John Cena, and it would be a big deal for the guy who not only defeated the streak at, you know, WrestleMania 30 this year, but defeated the guy that we consider the true heel of the WWE, the guy that is the real monster of this company, the guy who will never give up. If he makes that guy who never gives up and wins the WWE Heavyweight Championship. Yeah, I really don't care how Brock Lesnar wins the title. I really think that Brock Lesnar winning the title is a good thing no matter what, especially if he does it against John Cena. The only negative thing and the fear is this is John fucking Cena. Are they really going to let Brock Lesnar defeat John Cena at SummerSlam? I mean, come on. This guy overcomes all the fucking odds. We all saw the first Lesnar match, right? Where Brock Lesnar was beating the fucking crap out of John Cena, and all of a sudden, attitude adjustment out of nowhere, and fucking Cena wins. I mean, who knows what they're going to do if Cena's champion. But the thing is, I just feel the WWE, they're such in a panic mode right now because Daniel Bryan got hurt. They need a big match for SummerSlam. And the big match that they can get is John Cena versus Brock Lesnar. I feel that's their money match. I feel that's the match they are looking at SummerSlam and saying that will draw the crowd's interest. I think it can do well for selling pay-per-views or, selling tickets. I think that is still a big money match, whether you guys agree with me or not. Name-wise, yes, Cena versus Lesnar is big. Well, and also their Extreme Rules match, even though it was just Brock Lesnar kicking John Cena's ass for like 20 minutes of it, it was still a pretty damn good match. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys would agree that it was a fun match to watch, and you guys did enjoy it. So we know Brock and Cena can put on a good main event. The problem is, would Cena put Lesnar over? That is the question. Because out of any of the motherfuckers that I've named, and hell, even Daniel Bryan, we can throw Daniel Bryan's name into this equation. I bet you none of you guys would think Daniel Bryan could beat Brock Lesnar or Roman Reigns or Cesaro, or the list can go on and on of all these guys who can beat Brock Lesnar. But I bet you guys, if I said John Cena, do you think John Cena would beat Brock Lesnar? A lot of you guys would be like, yeah, I think he has a chance of beating Lesnar, a better chance than a lot of those guys actually. And it's sad too. It's really, really sad that John Cena has the best chance of beating Brock Lesnar at the end of the day. That's the negative of John Cena winning the championship here. And not only that, it's another boring championship run for John Cena. Whoop-de-frickin-do. He gets his 15th. It's him getting his 15th is kind of a positive and negative, I guess I could say. But, that's really one of the big negatives is that I'm afraid if he does win the championship and if he is facing Lesnar at SummerSlam, he might as well could beat Lesnar. That's just my biggest fear of it all. But anyways, guys, thank you for watching this video. If you guys agreed with my power rankings, tell me down below why'd you agree. If you don't agree, make your own power rankings. Leave a video response. Do whatever. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, sorry if it was a little bit too long. I had to go in depth with all these guys. I wanted to give my true thoughts of why I think these guys should or should not win the WWE Heavyweight Championship and, make up for the lack of videos that I have been putting up on my channel as of late. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. And yes, when all the participants for the other Money in the Bank are announced, I'll make a power rankings video for that one as well. Thank you all very much. Hope you guys enjoy your Friday. I'm filming this on Thursday night, but I hope you guys enjoy your Friday. I'll see you all next time. Peace.